I do not see any pause in this conflict happening. That's my first, reaction to
Hmm.
whatever developments are there. Sure, it depends. The devil lies in the details. So let's see what the details are which come up. But broadly speaking, there can be, to my mind, there can be no possibility that Russia will, pull back from any of the territories that it has occupied. I do not see that happening at all. Putin will not be able to justify his special military operation. He will not be able to justify the killings of many Russians, which have been killed, the young men and women of the Russian army. And he will face, I think, significant dissent in his home itself amongst his, elite, as well as in the mass opinion, if he were to now try to get off this tiger. He is riding a tiger and he will need to keep riding this tiger. He cannot get off this tiger. From all, from all reports, what it seems, Zelensky is now proposing I'm talking only the territory part. He is suggesting, or there is a talk of a demilitarized zone, that is, Russia draws back, from where it is currently, and Ukraine, what, draws back or what, I don't know. Uh, but I do not see Russia withdrawing at all. On the other hand, as you yourself just mentioned, Putin has again called upon, Ukraine to withdraw from the territories that it claims. Essentially, what regarding the territory we know we have is that, Luhansk is, I think, around 95% or 100% controlled by Russia already. Donetsk is already controlled also around 90%. Russia is wanting the balanced 5%, 10% in these two provinces so that it has 100% of these two. And then there is Zaporozhye and then there is Kherson. Those both provinces, Russia occupies around 75%.
Hmm.
Now, Russia wants all 100% of both of those. So I do not see any scope of withdrawal on the territory. And then there's a question of, the security guarantees which
Yes.
Ukraine seeks,
Hmm.
and many other things, the Russian money which is there in the banks. But I think that question is not settled. The Russian money which is there is not being used. The European Union is not using that money, which is in Belgium or Switzerland, total about $250 billion. Uh, the chances seem absolutely very, very little. So I'm a bit surprised. Fine, we've heard this story before. We heard this, this expectations before also. So we do hope that peace prevails. But on the whole, I see no chance of that happening.
Hmm. But do you think that given the fact that the talks, between Trump and Zelensky happened right after the call with Putin, Putin and Trump also spoke on the phone, that could really indicate that some progress may really have been made?
No,
Especially after
Putin.
Trump says that 95% of it is done, the peace deal. Uh, should we really believe him this time when he makes that announcement and also goes on to offer to address the Ukrainian parliament on the plan to end the war?
Certainly, we should believe the US president what he says, right? We should. But at the same time, we can draw our independent assessment also, irrespective of what the US president is saying. That is one. Secondly, Putin will and is stretching this war out. He wants to stretch it out. So he's playing along. Yeah, sure. He says, yeah, good progress, good talk. Let's come back to the core principles and then we talk. The
Hmm.
core interests which Putin has repeatedly and again emphasized include the issue of territory. And by the way, there's another element in this whole peace deal is that Zelensky, according to Putin, is an illegitimate head of state. An election has to be conducted so that whosoever signs on behalf of Ukraine has the legal authority and legitimacy. Now, what does it mean? Will there be elections in 3 months and then this and that? So there are too many wheels within wheels. So Putin, I think, is in no mood to pause the war.
Yeah.
He thinks that Russia is progressing,
Hmm.
irrespective, of the losses that Russia bears. Russia historically has a strategy, or it seems, look at Second World War. They millions upon millions of Russian soldiers who die, which in the Second World War, and even now in this, so Russia is grinding ahead, even inch by inch. They've made no spectacular military gains, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Over these past 6 months, they've been able to, move a few miles and a few miles here and there. But on the whole, they are progressing. If one were to look from Putin's view, so he sees, and Russia is not hurting, irrespective of the economic sanctions. Yeah, they will have some impact down the line. So Russia is not hurting particularly, though it is, and Putin cannot justify to his own people. And Putin and Russian elite, they've made this precondition, or this is their condition, that these four provinces have to be 100% within uh, of Russia. They've had a constitutional amendment, right? They're issuing passports to these people. How will Putin justify backing away from the territory which he currently holds? I doubt it.
Sure. Well, thanks, Mr. Sachdev, but I request you to continue to stay with us as we have some more news now coming in from the United States. Viewers, tension